Welcome back to Primetime News.
Special welcome to folks on onespotmedia.com.
Up first this evening, the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions has outlined its reasons for accepting a plea to manslaughter in the case of Jolyan Silvera, who was originally charged with murder in the killing of his wife, Melissa Silvera.
The details were outlined in a release earlier today.
It's the explanation that many Jamaicans had been waiting for. In an interesting twist, the prosecution accepted Jolyan Silvera's guilty plea to the lesser charge of manslaughter in relation to his wife's death. In a release on Friday, the DPP said the decision was taken following careful assessment of the evidence and the account provided by the accused. On February 2, 2026, the defense submitted a signed statement from Silvera admitting that during an argument with his wife Melissa on the night of November 10, 2023, he lost control and discharged his licensed firearm in her direction. Silvera claimed the argument escalated after his wife blamed him for the death of their young son and made statements he described as provocative. He told prosecutors he did not intend to kill her. He said he panicked and left the apartment. Prior to Silvera's guilty manslaughter plea, the prosecution said its case was largely circumstantial and supported by ballistic evidence, but it did not have direct evidence of what occurred at the exact moments Mrs. Silvera was shot. In the statement from the Office of the Prosecution, it pointed to the following facts. Sometime after 10:30 on November 10, 2023, Mr. Silvera told his wife and the children he was leaving to attend a meeting and that he would return the following day. Mrs. Silvera told him he could not leave, and then an argument ensued. The Office of the DPP release says this was extracted from a statement from the two children. It further noted that sometime before 6 a.m. on November 11, 2023, one of the children, who was 10 years old at the time, went into his parents' bedroom and discovered his mother's lifeless body on the floor next to their bed. The child noticed there was blood coming from her orifices and her dress was covered with blood. He alerted his brother, who accompanied him back to his parents' bedroom, where they both checked for signs of life from her body. They then contacted their father. It says Mr. Silvera indicated in a witness statement that he called the Stony Hill police station while on his way home. Mr. Silvera went into his bedroom and saw his wife in a sitting position with her head leaning forward. The policeman who arrived at the scene went into the bedroom, took a photograph of the body, and Mr. Silvera cried out. He did not further examine the body because Mr. Silvera was still crying. After learning that Mrs. Silvera did not have any known medical condition, the police indicated that a post-mortem would be conducted to determine the cause of death. He then contacted the House of Tranquility Funeral Home for the removal of the body, and then the policeman left. The post-mortem was held on December 15, 2023. The pathologist discovered that Melissa Silvera sustained 3 gunshot wounds, one to the right thigh, one to the lower abdomen, and a superficial wound to the right side of the abdomen. 2 projectiles were removed from her body, and the pathologist ruled that she died from multiple gunshot wounds.
Now, when detectives returned to this property just behind me on December 16, 2023, upon entering Mr. Silvera's bedroom, they noticed that the floors had been tiled, furniture had been sprayed over, the mattress was replaced with a new one, and the walls were also repainted. When questioned, Mr. Silvera told them that no one told him that he could not make changes to the bedroom. His phone and firearms were then later seized.
Ballistics testing confirmed the bullets recovered from Mrs. Silvera's body were fired from Mr. Silvera's licensed Glock pistol. Despite the ballistic findings, the DPP says the prosecution could not disprove Silvera's account of provocation. As a result, prosecutors determined they would be unable to evidentially negate the partial defense of provocation. The DPP says in the interest of justice and transparency and subject to the court's approval, the prosecution accepted the plea to manslaughter.